night night owls out there and the early morning roosters. How's everybody doing this evening here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, or should I say morning? For those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook and those who follow Ape Apesius 865, my short reels on TikTok. How's everybody doing this evening? How you doing, cousin Jesse?
Good morning, everybody. Hooty hoo and cockadoodle doo to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. We've been going pretty strong almost every night. Just sometimes, people got to get that rest. Of course, you get the night owls that come out sometimes. Uh, but yeah, I was thinking, what's a good topic or thing to talk about, and I was thinking about several times that I witnessed things that were out of the ordinary, and that's what I want to talk about today. Is that the show is going to deal with portals, time gaps, and with dark voids, where things I've seen that I've noticed all my life, things coming out from this certain things like the portals, time gaps, and the dark voids. The dark voids, I witnessed them. When people think about a tornado or a hurricane could be a dark void. Well, something in the nature of what I witnessed. It's a picture that I got. The other group hasn't grown because I haven't really done that much work. I just focused on here. I created another group just to focus on the DDN. On the main picture there, you could see this things coming from the sky. You know,
Welcome,
I believe
Rio MMA. Welcome,
I believe
Coin
this.
Rolling Fishing. Welcome, Jennifer McAllister. Welcome to the
How
show.
y'all
Sorry,
doing?
dude.
Well, that's fine. Uh, yeah, I believe there's dark voids. They could come from anywhere. The ones that I witnessed that day was came from the sky. The beings, the way they move. Uh, when we talk about dark, they're dark, and they move like if they're like a remolino. What do you call it? A whirlwind, kind of like how a tornado or
Is
a
it
hurricane.
like a time warp in the sky?
Yeah, but there was beings this came out of this vortex, where they were coming spiraling down when I got ambushed over there in Elms Grove by them. These ones were coming from the sky, and there was a bunch of them that they used wherever they're coming from the sky. They used that, and they came and were spiraling down. They came spiraling down all around me. In which when they you could see some around me in front of me on the road, but then you could see some still coming up from the sky down, which were swirling down. In which they have those abilities. I believe those come from the dark void. Now, when people talk about what do you call it up in space? What are those called? A dark hole,
The black holes?
the black holes. Well, something in nature, I believe that they come from voids like that. That they come out of there. They're coming from another dimension or galaxy through dark voids, and then you got the other ones where there's portals, where sometimes people can summon things because they conjure up a portal, and then you got some that are already here on Earth, natural portals that are within our all around the world, that they're there, just nobody can see them, but they're there where things can come out of those portals. And then you got, the ones that people conjure, that they summon something, which sometimes they do a ritual or some kind of spill blood of some sort to summon something in that nature. And that's what I want
Welcome,
to talk
Bonnie
about
Bear.
today.
We know that there was a picture picture or a video that you posted, cousin, and I told you that there was a bunch of portals in that picture. Do you remember that? You were surrounded by portals, man. They were everywhere. You could see them really clearly in that video or the picture that you posted. And I was telling you, I see like 5 or 7 portals just right there.
Yeah, and I believe those are where the DDN, or the people want to call them 3 dimensional beings, are coming from. They come through there, and there's some that I capture where you could see a being, but then you could see different locations within the. It's kind of like a glitch, but you can see buildings in the sky and stuff like that. Like it's a different location. Like if you go into in through that location with the building, you'll be somewhere else. You know, like a portal. You know, that's what I've witnessed.
Yeah,
No,
already real MMA.
yeah, Corner Cub got a court date coming up on the 31st. All the lawyers that he had backed out. I wonder why, Corner Cub.
All
Are
those
you
vatos,
ready?
all those vatos in the prison are gonna be saying,
What are they going to tell him? What are they going to
they're
tell
gonna tell him, "Turn around, bright eyes. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, little Mikey."
you hear that, Mikey? They're going to tell you, they're going to be waiting for you, bro. I told you.
Te van a reempujar los frijoles, güey.
You better start playing the song, Mikey, or Corner the Cob. Push it real good. Dun, 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 dun.
You're gonna pump up his jam.
Pump up the jam. I'm going to pump you up.
They're gonna
So
play
let's
dig. They're gonna play dig dug with his nalgas. Toy, 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 toy.
uh so getting back to the topic before we get so rudely interrupted by Corner the Cob. That's what I want to talk about. Uh, when did you see it? I noticed something about those portals, cousin. What was is it when I was doing a live
Yeah, you were doing a live, and you were
on
so
the
close.
in the woods?
Yeah, and you were so close to him, man, that my hair started standing on end. And I told you, hey, be careful. There's a bunch of portals right there. And you said, yeah, I can see them. Are you a French tickler?
According to Cobb. Oh,
Yeah, man, it was that live that you did, man. You went to the woods and
when I was
you were
getting
like
all kinds of activity and the phone
you
kept on
had
going
the
in and
phone
out.
like this, and you were looking in front of you, and then all in front of you, man, you could see the portals, man. Oh, just right there. And you turned to the side, there were more portals to the side. I told you
Yes,
you need to get out of there. You said, cousin, I can't leave. I'm gonna fight. I said, okay.
yeah, because if you take off, then it's showing a
Weakness.
spiritual opening. You know, you just got to stand your ground. You know, but yeah, ever since that day, I think that's when I hurt my neck area.
Yes, sir. That's when it happened.
Have you ever witnessed any portals, cousin? You got any stories about portals, time gaps, or anything of that nature that you can
Only when
recall?
only when I used to work in the fields around the valley, man. Every now and then we'd be near a portal while we were picking cotton. Hello, Madeline. And you
So
know,
did you,
I'm real super sensitive to that kind of stuff, cousin. Be it spirits, be it dark shadow figures, be it portals. I can feel them. I'm very sensitive to the unseen.
I know, and we can add limestone to that because limestone is a conductor, energy conductor, where things can like that can there's ghosts that can manifest, demonic activity can manifest, and another thing can manifest that the energy is strong enough to possibly open up a time gap or a portal. Because they have to get the energy from somewhere. And I believe the energy from the limestone in the Rio Grande Valley, since we're close to the ocean, is pretty. That's why there's that kind of activity there. And I'm more
Welcome, Rick
sure
Brenner.
that there's that kind of activity in the ocean. There's a lot of limestone in the ocean.
You know, my father told me a story, man, about when he worked for Hollis McGee, and him, Hollis McGee, my grandfather, and Tia Maggie's dad were out killing rattlesnakes.
Hmm.
Now, man, we got them, and that they found this cave. They went in through the cave, man, and when they came out of the cave, man, there was a boat dock with a boat on it. I don't know how they went from the field to a boat dock. In, you know what I'm saying? And so he said that they got in the boat
Oh,
and they came to a place and stopped, and there was a lot of sharks, and that they were trying to decide why there were so many sharks. So my dad volunteered to go in the water, and he went in the water. He said he went all the way down, and they found a sunken ship, and it had a bunch of Spanish gold. And he went out to like 5 trips down and up, and got all the gold he could carry, and they divided it amongst themselves. And I thought he was bull crapping me, man. But then I remember when we were children, he always used to carry a little black suitcase that had
coins.
coins in it. And we, me being dumb, man, I used to go to the store to buy balloons with those coins, man. And the dude would let me take whatever I wanted from the store.
Oh man,
Yeah, but I guess I misspent our inheritance, man.
damn. So how
Yeah,
many? How much money did you spend?
well, I think there was like 50 coins in the suitcase, and I spent them all little by little, man. When he
So how
found
did these
out,
coins look? Were they
they were
from?
they were round and like yellow, but they had designs in the middle, man. I can't remember. I was like 5 or 6 years old, man, but I remember the suitcase with the coins. And
So he
when
was in the valley and went into a cave.
yeah, from one of the fields that Hollis McGee owned, they were out killing rattlesnakes, and they came up on this cave, and they all went in there. They all got on the boat, so they all split the money equally.
So the cave had water.
I don't think so. I think it was dry, but when it came out on the other side, wherever it came out, there was like I said, there was a boat tied up to a pier, and they got in the boat and went out on I guess in the port somewhere.
I wonder if it was one of those fields that's close to the port
Well, it could have been
or portal.
a portal.
That's interesting. And you remember the coins.
Yeah, I remember him because he had him in a little black suitcase that had the mask of Blue Demon, the Mexican wrestler, and he had them all in the bag. Man, they were big coins, dude. They were big coins,
All gold.
all gold. They were yellow. They were yellow, man. They weren't silver. They were yellow. But yeah, man, I just said that story because I thought they probably ran into a portal.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. You hear things like that happen. I know I've seen the guy with the channel that he said he's somewhere else in a different time, but he just goes to locations that are old. I debunked him already. Some guy that comes out on, I think it's on Instagram or whatever, saying that he's a time traveler and he's in the past. He just goes to certain locations that are old buildings. You know,
Hey man, I sent you some videos from TikTok, man. Did you get to see them?
the one with the Bigfoot.
Yeah, but I sent you another one from a lab that I was in. This dude is named Cornholis or something like that, and his families were supposed to be hunters, and he's got a book with pictures of a vampire, pictures of a dog man, pictures of a female vampire, pictures of a troll. And I thought that was interesting, man. I don't know if he's fake or whatnot, but I sent you that.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI right now, man. A lot of AI going on. You know, but I'll check it out. I haven't checked it out. Um, we've got Speedy here.
Arriba,
Gio
arriba,
Man.
yeah, yeah.
Speedy Gonzalez. It said message extracted, retracted. It's probably corn lick
Monique,
out.
Monique wants you to send kisses to Brazil.
Send kisses to Brazil. I have friends that are live in Brazil. Uh, Sister Oscar Barros and the Barros family from over there. Shout out to them. Yeah, Brazil is they like going to the beach a lot.
Man, I can't be at the beach, cousin, day or night, because those Jaws movies ruined my beach going experience, man. I don't like to get in the water. I don't like to get into nobody's kitchen.
Well, you heard those people that got attacked by the sharks over there.
Yeah, well, hey, man. The last time I went to the South Padre, I went with my baby mama, y en la noche, and she grabbed me by the hand and dragged me into the water, knowing that I can't swim, right? We were like waist deep. Something brushed my leg, primo. I threw her in front of me, and by the time she got out of the water, I was on the beach saying, "Hey!"
It might have been a siren.
I don't know what it was, but you could see that trail of water coming up under my feet as I was running on top of the water, dude. I looked like a jet ski.
Yeah, I remember something that happened to my mom where she was like in a coma for about a week that she couldn't wake up out of her sleep.
Oh
You
wow!
know, and doctors were coming to the house. The doctors from the town came to her house trying to figure out what was the matter with her. And nobody could figure out. People were coming praying for her. She was like just asleep, like for a week. She couldn't move or nothing. Like she hadn't gone eating or gone to the restroom, just laying in bed. For a whole week. Uh, so we didn't know what was going on with her. Then the guy that was the Santanista that I was telling you about that I had to forgive. Remember, he came to the house and he touched her once. Once he touched her, she woke up.
Oh
So
wow!
I believe he had done something to her through witchcraft, necromancy. But she was saying that there was like a portal where her spirit went inside this portal that looked like a glass of some sort because you could see through it. Because she was describing a portal. When she went in there, she was. She said she was literally trapped in hell for a week because there
Oh
was nothing but
wow!
demons. There was fire. People were getting tortured, and I guess uh, she was captive there in that portal because the spirit went through it, and she was there, trapped. Uh, he didn't speak too much, a lot about what happened there. The only know is I would just overhear her say the story of where she was at. For a whole week, her spirit was trapped there. Whatever this guy did or whatever, I believe he had to do with him. That he might have given her something because like voodoo, the voodoo guys, voodoo priest, or they can throw smoke in somebody's face and the the chemical or whatever it is, it gives them in puts them in a coma like state. You know, the same thing the voodoo when the blow that's it's got something in it that the people are like
It's a
in a
powder.
paralyzed. Yeah, it's a powder and it
It's
keeps
a
them
powder.
paralyzed that they can't move or anything like that. So it's like they're they're still alive, but they're
Hi,
like in a
Morgan.
coma like state. And she was seeing all these things. When she came out of it, she was just telling us everything that happened, and so I already knew who it was that
Hi,
did that
Benny.
to her, which was that individual. Yes,
Yeah,
and she was
there are
just
many things that they have that they can blow at you, or put on you, that'll make you go into a coma. Morgan, I mean not Morgan. Voodoo has a lot of weapons, man.
we got a LeBron James here, man.
Yeah,
Get out
nobody
here,
cares.
get out here, LeFlop.
The corn.
LeFlop,
The corn.
LeFlop is always flopping. Hey, it might have been him. I doubt it.
All that witch stuff is real, Jennifer. It's not just nuts. It's real. Detroit Lions. They blow. So do you. Get out of here.
It's corn on the cob, man. That's all right. Where you going, corner club? You're gonna have all kinds of teams coming
Lions.
after you.
You're gonna have a bunch of lions coming for that cornhole. Don't look at me, little Mikey. Hey, cousin.
They're gonna say, Mikey, he likes it. He likes it. Like remember the commercial of the Wheaties?
This guy's asking if you served and what was your rank, cousin, Mister Random guy.
Yeah, that's corn on the cob. I was in the United States Army. I was a sergeant. Did 10 years.
Do you remember? This has nothing to do with the theme of the show today, but remember I told you where I used to work for the company Medical Rents. Man, we rented hospital equipment like rojo beds and uh, beds that had little air pumps on them. Well, at my brother Joe asked for a night shift, and then he refused to work it, so I had to work it. Excuse me. And at night, right there, when you were airing up the mattresses, because it would take four mattresses to make one rojo bed. Okay, and those beds were specially made so that you wouldn't get like bed ulcers or bed sores because you were sleeping on air. Anyway, when you would air them up, man, to see if they would leak, there was always a cold presence in that room, man, standing beside you. All right, and then we started having problems with the bay doors in the other building where the vans came in and out. Well, one morning, we were watching the video, cousin, and you could see a black shadow figure walking like this by the wall. And when it got near the doors opened, and the shadow figure walked outside. And you see it walk along the fence line and disappear into the street, right? Well, the bay doors would stay open, and then like 45 minutes later, we saw it walk back in and walk again past the camera and against the wall. And when it was like halfway through the building, the doors went down, man. But you could see it on the camera, man, that it was a shadow figure, man. It was a shadow being.
It triggered the sensor
Yeah.
because he had energy.
But that was weird. The guy from HR that was watching the video, he couldn't believe his eyes, man, and he was denying what he was seeing. Because you can't deny it; it's right there. You
He,
can't deny it.
he was like a corn like a cob. I can believe it's butter.
Hi, Parisian, how you doing, man?
Yeah, they do have capabilities to do that. Ring doorbells, knockings, and move the silverware dishes, and hide stuff, hide your wallet,
So
all kinds of things.
I had told them, man, that the place was haunted, and nobody believed me when they saw that video. When the PCRs used to come in to deliver all the dirty beds and blankets and whatnot, they would run from the back building through the building to go to their offices, man, because each PCR had their own office. So they would run through the building so they wouldn't run into nothing, man. I
Wow,
thought that was funny.
it's crazy. So yeah, I remember those portals, man. With the things that you were saying, and after that, man, it was just so much activity. I've seen some that are like dark portals. I'm talking about these portals, are they use the elements, Mother Nature itself. Some on the ground, and some are up towards the upper in the trees. And you can see the silhouette of the circle. I think I have a picture. I need to look it up where you could see something coming out of the portal that looked uh, a, a beastly manifestation where it's literally you can see the body coming out of the portal. I would have to look for that picture. I had a lot of good pictures and good videos on positive spiritualists, which was my original site, and
Hey,
somebody
man, don't be
targeted me.
disrespecting my cousin, you bastard. He's not a punk. They just activated corporal discipline. I don't like nobody
It's
disrespecting me,
going
brother.
to, yeah,
You know, the second time that I smoked cannabis, cousin, I was walking through an alley smoking, and then all the hairs on my body stood up, man. And as I was looking down like this and in the alley in the grass, I saw these black circles open up and fire coming out through them and hands coming out. And I started running through the alley, jumping over those holes that I was seeing, man. I don't know if they were portals, if I was just tripping, man. But I remember seeing those holes, man, come up, just open up all over the ground, man, on the ground. I was running, jumping over them, man.
yeah. Well, imagine seeing something like that when you're
You're
not smoking
sober?
something and you
Yeah.
you see it. That's crazy. When I witnessed that, how they say the movie Predator, when you see the Predator like pixelating. I've noticed a lot of that stuff where they're in pixelation and they're hiding their true nature. They know how should I say, blend within the environment through pixelations.
Yeah, they
Uh,
got some good camouflage, man.
yeah, they can manipulate the environment through pixelations. That's how they blend in into the environment. Uh, but that's within them, to be able to do that. I mean, they have the power to use Mother Nature to to be able to do that. You know, that's why it's just sometimes you can catch something when you go to investigate. Sometimes you can't. I know there's a lot of people that go out there trying to find something at nighttime. You know, I know they do it because it's the fear factor or whatever. But I capture more evidence during the day than at nighttime, and I mean, I've caught in the red eye shine and stuff like that. I've caught in orbs, the red orbs. To me, that signifies something demonic. But the reason I like during the day because you're able to see what's around instead of doing dark or going with night vision. You're able to see what's around you. These beings that whether it's the DDN, skinwalker, shapeshifter, or anything demonic, uh, they don't have a heat signature. So night vision is not going to be able to work to be able to identify them because they have no heat signature because they're spirits. Um, So that's why I go out during the day. I go out during the day because I use the ultraviolet rays of the sun breaks their cloak. Different colors. It breaks their pixelation cloak. So that's why they hide within the wool lines in the darkness, right? In the shadows, so you won't be able to see them. But then they get a little bit how should I say cocky. They try to come at you spiritually, and the cloak, the ultraviolet rays of the sun. You want to consider that like a rainbow, right? It's kind of like a rainbow. That's where rainbows come from. It breaks their cloak, of which I'm able to capture them on video. That's why I go out during the day.
Jennifer, it also depends on the level of the demon. That's why they differ in so much in power and whatever they can do.
I doing Sister Morgan, Benny Felix, Jennifer, Croatian. See some of the names that are here. Or Runner, doing Runner. Sister Madeline, how you doing? I don't got
Madeline,
my glasses on right now.
is your last name Chapa Madeline or just Chap?
I think Chapa is Chapa.
I thought there was a double P in Chapa.
Hmm? Go to the Chapa.
No, just Chap. Okay.
Ch- Go to the Chapa. Yeah, but I had captured a lot of them during the day. I just haven't gone out there because from last time that I went, I've been hurting for about how long was ago when I told you that I got injured, cousin, because
That's
one of
about
them jumped on my shoulder area.
that's about going on
Um,
3.5 months, por ahí.
3.5, 4 months
Yeah.
that I've been actually injured. Where I mean, I still do my workouts, but I feel it, man. It was a lot of weight on me. When
Salute, El Gore.
that weight happened, it's when my toe got messed up. Remember?
Yeah, I feel your pain, man. My toe got messed up too.
I
I remember,
know
man,
it,
but you said that
brother.
a big old weight was on your back, man. That's what you
Yeah,
said.
eh,
And then
real heavy.
you went dead, dude. The screen went dead, and I was like, oh Lord, what happened to my cousin? Then you came back, and you were already jacked up, man. You were headed toward the car.
Yeah, I was praying. I was fighting them spiritually. They were coming in numbers.
Well, you were
Uh,
surrounded, man. I
I
told you
was
to get out
surrounded
of there.
by a bunch of them. That's why I don't like taking people out there if they're not spiritual ready, man. Because I don't want nobody to get spiritually attacked. I mean, if I'm going there prayed up and everything, and if somebody's not ready, they're going to target them. Uh, but yeah, they do the portals that they have that I noticed from the videos. People want to say that it's a glitch or that they want to say it's what is the other one besides that is glitching? There's another term for it. I can't remember the other term, but they have a magnetic disturbance with them. That's what they do. That they suck the energy out of anything through that magnetic field. Which what does to me? What happens to me is my hairs raise up, goosebumps come, and then as I'm hearing all this activity, I go into prayer because I know that they're trying to uh, get me to believe of what I'm hearing, or yeah, what I'm hearing, or if they manifest to get me to believe in that, and I don't. I go into prayer and pray uh, to the Heavenly Father, or I type out and rebuke them, and tell them to leave me alone, and I continue to walk, because this is our reality. They're coming there in a different dimension, but they know who I am because they know I carry a love foundation, and that's why they come at me that way. They have to identify themselves to me. So they're identifying. themselves in a lot of numbers. You know, there's a lot of them. You know, it's like the day that I found that truck out there, it was hot and heavy that day. You remember? I know you were in that live, cousin, or not.
Yeah, I
Think
remember.
it was hot and heavy. There was a lot of activity, disembodied voices, disembodied sounds. And the further I went deeper into the woods when I found the truck, it got even worse. You know that they were mimicking. They were saying my sister's names and stuff like that. You know, but when things like that happen, you're not supposed to focus on that. What you're supposed to do is just maintain your love foundation and continue to fight spiritually.
Hey Morgan, they're gonna change his name. They're gonna change his last name. His name is gonna be Michael Hunt.
He's gonna be like ketchup from behind, or
No,
what?
they're gonna call it his last name. They're gonna change it to Hunt. So when they call him, his name is gonna be Mike Hunt.
Dang.
Yeah, Al Gore thought that was funny as hell. Yeah, Al Gore. I went back to the movie Porky's.
And so they're really gonna make him famous over there. Eh?
Yeah, he's gonna be the belle of the ball. They're gonna ask him, "What are you in for?" He's gonna say, "Good times."
He's getting mad. Are you getting mad, corner cob? You know where
Uh,
you going, buddy?
ain't nobody gonna be more prideful than you, brother.
They're
You're
gonna
gonna be
get him.
happy about it. Instead of buttering his cob, they're gonna butter his muffin.
You better
Sorry,
get
cuz.
ready, corner the cob. You already know where you going, buddy.
They're gonna have two words for you. I got everybody cracking up, man. Won't be betting mother incest much longer. Better start packing your Vaseline now. Madeline. Your Honor, I really need this order of protection against my gun. My gun is deadly dangerous. I got them going, cousin. Sorry, man.
He's really gonna be famous where he's going.
When he gets there, everybody's gonna know my cunt.
He's gonna say he got what do you call it? Oh man, what's the word that I'm looking for?
What kind of help do you need, Fig Newton? Is it a buttery type of help?
That's him. It's corn on the cob.
Sorry, man. I can't be your
I'm trying
lawyer.
to look for the word. He's gonna get probed, and he's gonna say it was aliens that did that. He said he's gonna get probed. He's gonna get probed on where he's going. And he's gonna blame it on aliens.
Well, it's
Well,
gonna be
I seen a big black alien, and he probed the hell out of me.
it's gonna be a big it's gonna be a prison colonoscopy.
Since we're talking about dark holes,
Hey man, that'll suck anything in.
he's gonna be a rosao. They're gonna have the soul train on you in there, according to Cobb.
Madeline. Corner the cop is gonna miss you, Abe. LOL trolling is how he flirts because he's angry, closeted homosexual. And that's being
Hey,
told to you by a
you might be
girl.
surprised. He's gonna be happy where he's going.
how do white people call it? He's gonna be very chafed. Chafed.
They're
Hey, yeah,
gonna they're
man.
gonna be making him put on makeup over there and shit.
He's in the closet with Tom Cruise. No, then he's gonna shit. Runner. Okay, we reached that part of the show that we call the corner on the cob segment.
He's gonna be missing his roaches.
I don't know, man. Ridge Runner, you sounded like you a man of experience, brother. You even know the sounds and what they say. Be careful. Pause, no homo.
Damn. Yeah, Corner Cub, they're gonna know what you did, man. They're gonna be waiting for you.
Not to drop the soap, but we will know his nasty ass doesn't shower. He's gonna go to the prison showers, bend over, and the roaches are gonna come out of his butt.
I try to warn them. They don't want to listen.
Oh wow. I don't know, man. When he gets to the prison after about a year or so, they're gonna call him cream corn.
Don't worry, Corner Cub. We'll continue to make videos on you when you're gone.
Well, if he got caught, it was his time, brother. You can't get away with that forever. Karma comes back on you. You're selling death. El Mayo, hey man, I got a little puppy over here. His name is El Mayate.
Yeah, it's bad. You're in a bad situation when all your lawyers back out.
Yeah, that's bad, dude. Even Perry Mason wouldn't take that case.
Ya se fue. He took off and like they're making fun of me. Yeah, when you coming to you, it's because you asked for it. Get it? You asked for it.
Cousin, he knows we're waiting for him, man. Everybody on this page is just waiting for him to appear to just get his ass.
No, I'm talking about where he's going.
Yeah, they're gonna get his ass there too.
That's what I said. You asked for it. Get it? Ask.
They asked him what
Ask.
happened. They asked him what happened. Why is your butt bleeding? He's gonna say it was an accident.
They normally know what everybody before they get off the bus, what they're
Yeah,
going in there for.
they already know your jacket before you get there.
They already know your what you're going in there for already.
Well, they all know he's gonna be going in there for good times.
I mean, there might be fans of his from his show. Hey, eyes. Oh, that's the guy. They've been watching you from prison. So we're gonna pretty him up real good.
Gonna be wearing red M&Ms
Even
for
though even
lipstick.
though he looks like Shrek, we're gonna make him look like Fiona.
That's not much of an improvement. Uh,
Oh man. Oh, le era puro culo, güey.
Mm. He's gonna
Pura
smell like
mierda.
he's gonna smell like fundija.
Fundido. Damn.
That's one of my favorite songs, Jennifer. Just so you know.
What happened, partner to car? Where you at? Where you at now?
You got us all waiting. We're waiting for you to come back, man.
I don't think he's gonna make it all the way to prison, man. He's gonna
Yeah,
bitch out. He's
I
gonna
don't know,
bitch
man.
out.
Probably
He's gonna bitch.
Bigfoot, probably Sasquatch's gonna rape him and take his
No,
shin
no,
kick.
he's gonna bitch out and take the easy way out of
Oh, you
life.
think you
That's
think
what
he's
they're gonna do.
suicidal? You think he's suicidal? He won't do that. Suppose, and he's the one that supposedly boots on the ground.
He's gonna be high heels on the ground in prison.
High heel combat boots.
No, he's gonna be high heels on the ground.
We were doing a story on portals, Al Gore, but we got distracted like we always do every night.
Yeah, because according to the cop jumped in here being rude. So now that we're talking about him, he decided to leave. You don't want to hear all this talk.
He took his bone and ran with it.
He's mad and he's taking it on his mama. The cousin. He's taking it on his mom.
What's my name? I named you, boy. No, I think he already does that to support his habits.
Yep. And over there, he's really going to be thinking there's ghosts because they're going to be touching him from behind all the time.
Gonna be wearing a mop as a wig. Oh yeah, not just this cornbread. He's gonna be washing some chorners.
They're going to call him corny.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be walking with his hand in somebody's pocket.
He's going to call him corny, and he's going to have a boyfriend named Cornelius.
Leroy. Yeah, well, that's what my cousin's thinking that he's probably gonna try to take the easy way out, swallow a 45. He- oh, Madeline. She says he'll go from Michael to Michelle real quick.
Micaela.
Hey, if he's doing his mama, yeah. Oklahoma gets down that way, man. I met her at the family reunion. She had just that one beautiful tooth.
Hey,
No, not
Cornelia.
from Bird Lane to Swallow Alley. They're gonna call him the Hershey Highway. Miguelita El Gore.
Pobrecito. Pobrecito was los niños. Those are los pobrecitos. Boricame in his way.
Al Gore. Pobrecito, come pito. Cousin, take control of this program, bro. Let's go back to talking about portals and whatnot.
I don't know. It looks like they're having fun, man. Why not let them have some fun for a little
Well,
bit?
yeah, that too. Madeline's cracking me up, man. She's going hard on that fool.
Because
She,
he's an asshole and he's messed with a lot of people and he's got coming
didn't
what he's
she say
coming to
that
him.
Didn't she say that he tried to sexually accost her or something like that?
I don't know, man. He's got what he's got. That's why he left. People are ragging him hard here.
Not like they're gonna, not harder than gonna write him in prison.
You got to get used to it, man. We're taking it easy on you. They're not going to take it easy on you. They're going to go hard on you every day.
No rest for the weary. Wow.
Where's all his buddies that had his back?
Well, now they're just uh, ejaculating on his back. Madeline says that Corner the Cop blocked her from his troll accounts on Facebook. That I guess she hurt his feelings. I don't know, Madeline. I've seen what you've been posting. I wouldn't want to get by your bad side. You're mean.
I mean, when your lawyers step out of it, there's got to be some other reason they're stepping out. I believe when he goes, boom, lo van a encerrar al puto. The lawyers are not going to back out and leave you hanging like that. There's got to be another reason. All in due time. At the end of the month, we'll find out.
Cálmate, chili piquín, Madeline. She says que es chiquita pero picosa, primo. So I'm gonna call her chili piquín. It looks that way. Al Gore, all his lawyers left him out to dry, man.
The only way something like that could happen is because they have something on him, and he still got to go to court. That or he requested for new lawyers, one of the two.
Hoping you don't get no court opponent because they're gonna mess him up. What is he charged with? I'm not clear on that.
Uh,
Al.
he's trying to fight custody for his son, but the lawyers left him, so they rescheduled it for the end of the month. So only God knows why they left him hanging. But you gotta have some kind of evidence on somebody before you drop the hammer on his ass, right?
Or that,
Literally,
or they got him for incest with his mom.
or somebody.
What was that noise?
A noise. Oh, it's think my dog outside. But anyways, let me see what time. Yeah, everybody got tired of making everybody let it out.
We beat the corn. We beat
I
the
mean,
corn.
I mean, we are talking about like dark voids and black holes. I guess that would be the
Yeah,
conversation in this part because
yeah. Well, once he goes to prison, they're gonna
if he
find his
did
portal.
something, they're gonna. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll wait and find out on the 31st of August. See what happens.
Yes, Jennifer. He's the same guy that chose Josh Turner.
Stephen, Stephen, we call him Corn the Cob. I wouldn't even say his name. It's not even worth it. I just said call him Corn the Cob. No, he's been at it for longer than that, for about 2 years and a half. It's been that long. Trolling me
How long has he been trolling the Turners, cousin?
for a while.
So is your daddy, master of beer. He's a queer eye for the straight guy.
So let's go back to the topic since we already done ragged on him. See, he didn't know what to say anymore because you should be worried, man. If you're still here listening, you should be worrying because what's to come for you is because of what you've done. You know, what's come to you is not going to be good.
What's coming for you is one-eyed Willie.
There's nothing dealing with us. It's dealing with the court system of Oklahoma and the CPS. That's what that has to do with. No, I'm just talking in general because he comes in here. I'm just letting him know. I told you like a year ago that something was going to happen, and when it happens, don't be surprised when it happens to you. You had a chance to change your ways. You chose not to. So know what's coming for you. It's coming for you. It's going to happen. And it's nothing dealing with anybody you mess with. It's dealing with what you've done and how the court systems work where you come from.
You're looking at spending time with a trouser trout.
Yeah. So let's get back to the topic now. Since we kind of like tamed, and that's just us just talking to him. What's going to be waiting for him whenever the time comes that he's got to face the piper, literally face the piper. Uh, the piper. That's he dealt that hand to himself.
Wolf, well, I hope the Lord uh, heals you with his mighty hands and repairs your leg, my brother. The runner.
So in saying that, let's go back to the topic. Let's talk about the time. I've seen a couple of things that come through time gaps or rip in time, which is how how we see life itself, right? I've seen two rips in time. One time was when a demon. You know, I've shared the story to you what happened. I mean, I'm gonna share it to the viewers here tonight. You know, it was dealing with my grandmother, which I didn't know, but later on I found out that she was a dark witch when she passed away because of my cousins. But it was a Sunday afternoon. We was eating this Spanish dish, sweet dish called uh, cariputa, capirutada,
Capirutada.
which is like sweet bread with raisins and apples and different kind with pecans and different kinds of
But basically a bread pudding.
yeah,
Cause
something in that nature, right? So I remember somebody was knocking on the door. I went. There was this man standing there. He had a red shirt and a black pants, and he said he is a woman of the house. So I went to go call my grandmother. She came and she took like three steps back when she seen the guy. Then he asked her, "Are you going to let me in?" So I've never seen this guy before ever in my life. So I seen her and she's like, "Come on in, come on in." So he asked her, "Are you gonna let me in?" So right there by itself, just by saying, "Are you gonna let me in?" He needs permission, right? for it to be able to enter your domain. So let him in. I seen him when he was walking down the hallway that he was walking with a limp on his right leg. Then he went to go sit down on the table. She told him to sit down, and she said that he had made him his favorite dish, which was capirutada. She had this big old bowl that she made, and she put it over there by him, and he started eating it with his mouth, like digging in like a dog. No spoon, just like he was making this growling sound, like he was the way he was eating it. And I noticed that on the right leg where he was limping, there was a lot of gnats, and I was trying to figure out why he had a lot of gnats on his right leg. So I went underneath the table and I went towards the pant and lifted up the pant slowly. That's when I seen the leg of what seems to be of a goat of some sort or something in that nature, a beastly leg. So when I lifted his pant leg, he kicked me sideways, right, with his leg, and I came running from underneath the table, and I stood up. So when I'm stood up, I'm just looking at him, and he stands up, and the bowl just is trembling on the table because he finished it that fast, and he's looking at me real mean, and he says, "I'm gonna take him. He's too strong." And I wasn't afraid of him, and I was just looking at him like, "What the hell is this? What is this? Is it leg's got a leg of an animal? You know?" So then my grandmother says no. Then he tells her that her time here on Earth is over. That a deal's a deal. That he's there to collect her soul. And she tells him no. And he said, "Well, if I can't take him, then who am I going to go mess with in your bloodline or your family, right?" And she mentioned my uncle's name. And he looked at her and he said, "I'll be back in a year." He walked at the door, out the gate, and he was walking on the street. And I started walking just to see where he was going to go. My grandmother's telling me not to follow. My mother is telling me don't follow that person or whatever. So I just go up the street. I'm following him. I was a kid that was hard headed. So he's already up the hill, takes a left on another road. So I go up the hill and I'm seeing him walking in the middle of the road, right? As he's walking in the middle of the road, there's a rip in our time where our how should I say it? Our scenery has a rips an opening. He goes through that opening and then it closes.
Kind of like
So
into another dimension.
yeah, it rips like it opens up like a rip in time. It goes into the rip and it closes, and it's back to normal. Our dimension is back to normal. And so I go over there and I say to myself, "Oh, he's trying to play a game with me," and I start yelling for him like, "Where are you? Where'd you go?" So there's an abandoned home that's right there. I said, "Hey, he's probably hiding inside the home." So I'll go in the home, around the home, looking underneath, and he's not nowhere around. So that was the day the first time that I ever witnessed a rip in time, where this I would say demonic being, right, had the ability to. It was broad daylight through a rift or a rip in time where imagine you're seeing the scenery, the road, and it just rips a gap in time and it goes in through the gap and then it closes and our existence is still there. So it goes into another, you want to call it another dimension. I call it a rip in time because that's what I seen. I didn't see a portal. I just seen it where uh, our space opened up. It went through that and then it closed back and it became normal. So I call it a rip in time. How's
If
everybody
you
doing
have
this
a
evening?
channel, you should be at your channel right now, Shadow Cat. Why would you want to be a moderator here if you have a channel?
Yeah, we know who that is. Bye bye, Corn the Cob. This corn,
Look,
he tries so hard.
look,
Bye
Shadow and the
bye.
cat just teleported.
We just teleported him out of here. But yeah, that's the first time I seen a rip in time. I guess at that time I was like I'm trying to remember because my grandmother passed away like in '80, so I had to be like 9, 10 years old when that happened. Because I was in, I think I was still in like
I was
in
12.
elementary.
I was 12 in 1980, man. So you were like 11 because you're a year younger than me.
Yeah, in 1980, yeah, something like that. I remember being a pallbearer, but it ripped. It was a ripping time. It wasn't a big rip, just rip enough for it to go into the rip, and then it closed, disappeared, and
Chiclet.
there wasn't no smell of sulfur or nothing when it did that.
So,
But when it closed, it sounded like metal to metal, like a metal to metal sound, or like something in that nature. So what happened after that? Maybe like 2 weeks later, we start getting our cousins start telling us that they start having activity at their house where they're hearing somebody with boots. They're saying there's somebody with boots coming into our house, and they're walking on the porch, and they're just going back and forth. And whatever it is, whoever it is calling out. Where's Mateo Esteban? His name is. They're calling him to go outside. They want him to go outside, but it's not boots that they're hearing. It's the hoofs that they're hearing. I remember I went there one day, and I recognized the what was there because I remember how he looked, and he was in his, I guess, beastly manifestation. But you could see his face, but you could see like from his waist down was goat-like or had beastly legs,
so he
and
was a
he was,
Sadar,
well, he had his hooves like a pan,
a
right,
Satyr.
like a satyr, and you could hear him. He's walking pissed off back and forth. Uh, I don't know if my uncle ever went out there, but all I know after that he got like spiritually but possessed, where he was sick, he wasn't acting himself. I mean, he literally was climbing the walls, like climbing the walls, like a freaking lizard. He was pretending to be a lizard, where his body was literally on the wall, like he was climbing the walls. Like there was, because he was being possessed. Uh, and he would act like either a lizard or like a rooster. Like he would act like that and make the noises and everything. Like he was being demonized. And I remember when that had been happening for about a good 2, 3 weeks. We went into prayer. We were praying and praying till finally whatever was there, it left his body. He was in this dark shadow, went out of his body. What I call a DDN or something demonic, and it went out the window, the screen window. It it literally, the window just like blew out, like it blew out. The screen just blew out.
Wow.
Once that left out of my uncle became normal, but it was my grandmother that sent it over there to her own son. That's why I say to y'all that people that are dark witches, dark warlocks, they're in your family. They've already sold their soul, and the missions they do here on Earth are evil. And that, I mean, how are you going to send something like that to your son if you're the one that did the deal or whatever? Why would you send it to your loved ones? It's because they've already chosen the path, right, of where they want to be. But there was the time that I witnessed the portal and I seen the things that happened afterwards, which my uncle, I don't even think my uncle even remembers what happened to him, honestly. But he continued from generation to generation in that side of the family because that's what she sent it. When we talk about generational curses, because there's been some tragic death in that side of the family after that. I know my grandmother passed away, but I had an uncle, I mean a cousin. There was his son that died very tragically. A younger cousin of mine and his side of the family had died of leukemia. One of my cousins, he's always being spiritually attacked. Uh, but they have to make a spiritual stand. I tried to tell my cousin to make a spiritual stand, and she's
I can
she's
go.
like, she's being bonded by something, So the only thing I can
Uh,
do is pray for them.
Shadow and the Cats. Was it who was it? Let me see, who was it? Baba Yaga is not La Llorona. Baba Yaga is the boogeyman. Just so you know, two different demons. You know, somebody talking about time travel, cousin. I time traveled in 1984, and it was every time I would like be doing this stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Um, I would always time travel, and I would go to a room where I was sitting in a chair, and my best friend was sitting in a chair with his with a white girl, and there was a black girl in the room. You know how far I traveled, cousin? I traveled from 1984 to 2008. Because in 2008, I was actually sitting in that room with my friend and his white girlfriend and her
Hmm.
black sister. So from 84, I traveled forward in time to the 2000s, man.
How'd you do that, cousin?
Yeah, I was doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, cousin. I was taking what I shouldn't be taking. But when
You was doing drugs. That's what you're saying.
yes, yes, sir. But when I was sitting in that chair, I remembered that I had already been there.
Kind of like a form of deja vu.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I traveled forward in time, man.
So how did that happen? Explain to the audience. I mean, first of all, we would like to know what is it that you were taking at the time. I mean, since
Well,
you don't do
it's
that no
just
more.
if I don't do it no more, man. But it just makes me feel really sad, man. Because what I was doing was really low grade, man. But if y'all want to know, I was huffing on paint.
Oh, paint.
I was huffing on paint, and every time I would huff on paint, I would always wind up in that same room. I mean, for years, man. Every time I huffed, I would wind up in that same room. When I would wake up, I was like still in the station wagon and cruising, or in an alley somewhere, just hanging out by the house. But I would always wind up in the 2000s, man. That's a long way to travel from 84,
But
man.
that's when you were. I mean,
I was in 84. I was 14 or 15 years old, man.
so how do you know you was going through that time frame?
Because when I actually got to that point, cousin, because every time I would do that, I would wind up in that room. When I actually wound up in that room, it was the year 2008, somewhere around there, 2004. I can't remember what year it was, but I wound up in that room, sitting in that chair, and my friend and his white girlfriend were there, and her
What were
black
you
sister was
wearing?
there.
Like, what kind of clothes were you wearing?
I was
Same
I
you
was
were.
actually I was actually wearing my fedora, a black shirt, and some black khakis with some black and white Stacy's.
But then when
When I
the
would time
hypergate.
travel, when I would time travel, I would stand behind my body, and that's exactly what I was wearing, man. My black fedora with a black shirt, black khakis, black Dickies, with my black and white Stacy Adams. Could be, you never know, Shadow and the Cat. But yeah, I travel forward in time, cause
But then you come back and you're back in regular time.
yeah, I come back and I would be in the place that I was before I left. And my body would still be there walking around. My spirit was not in my body. You
So
can
it was
see we're talking English.
But sometimes people experience that through if they're on drugs, that they're
Well,
hallucinating,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
seeing other things that is
But
possible.
but then I actually went there. I actually went to that room in the future. My
So
future
you
self
think maybe
actually.
that it could have been like deja vu? You know that what you were seeing after you seen it in your where you're going to that later on you ran into it because
Mm,
you had already seen it through your dream
yeah,
or what people call deja vu.
yeah. Well, my dreams like that time that I dreamt that I got arrested for peeing behind the liquor store. I had that dream. The very next day, we went to the park and got my friend to go buy us a liquor, and I started to follow him to go behind the liquor store to go pee. But when I got to the curb, I experienced deja vu. So I went back to the
Was
park and sat down on a bench. And no sooner did I sit down than a cop car passed by and went behind the alley. If I had gone, I would have got arrested, man.
so that was like a
A
form of
premonition.
premonition.
Yes.
It's like your senses are letting you know something. I've been in places like that where I go to a certain location and say I've been here before because I've seen it through
Mm-hmm.
premonition.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible that what you were seeing was a premonition of the future, and then when you got there, they like, hey, I've been
The,
here already.
de-
But you were
the deja vu hit, and I was like, I've been here before.
it's dealing with, I believe, the spirit because we got the Alpha, the Omega, which is the beginning, the end. So he knows everything that's going to happen, or he's predestined already. So he knows everything. So since we're his children of God, his children, we're able to have the same abilities in a sense of a way that we have to we know things before they even happen because it's within our
What
predestined. It's predestined already.
What's your question, Templar? And who is it for? Yes, Algora. I've been through a lot. I've done stuff that I should have never done. Did my mom ever tell you, man, that she had to drag me out of the from under the bed because of the snakes I was seeing? I took some mushroom tea.
No, she never
Yes,
told me.
I was screaming my head off, man. Las víboras, las víboras. ¿Cuáles víboras, pendejo? Ven pa' acá. You know how my mom talked, man.
Somebody on said, "What if someone is a medium or clairvoyance, but he never wanted to be that, or even knew about a such a thing existed? Doesn't even practice it, but he is afraid because the Bible says it's a sin." Well, it has nothing to do with medium clairvoyance. It's just dealing that you're spiritually blessed, wherever that is that you're talking about. That it's within us, within every single one of us. When
You can
we have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and He blesses us with spiritual gifts.
you can't
He
help
might
what
get
you were
bless
born with.
somebody with a spiritual gift of discernment or seeing things. But there's so many spiritual gifts that He can bless you with. So it's not actually a sin. It's the title that people give themselves, like Median or Clairvoyants, that say that they can do certain things. But if they're not doing it through Jesus Christ, then that's when it's sin because they're opening up themselves to other things. Besides, if it's not done through Jesus Christ, then going by other means, that's what the sin is.
Yes, shadow cats. Speaking in tongues is real, but you just can't say anything. Somebody has to know what you're saying.
The a tongue is a language. That's what tongue means. Back in the day, if you translate it, means language. For Spanish of now, but for the I think it was Galatians, whatever language they were speaking. That's what tongues means. It's an event that happened where an apostle was preaching to the people, and there was people from different languages, right? Tongues. and they had translators. I think like seven translators that day for all the different people with different
Dialects.
languages. So he was saying, and they're all translating it at the same time what he was saying. So it sounded like tongues, which means languages. You see, more than one language, more than one tongue, is because there were seven translators. So that's
Well,
why where people get it mixed up, and some people say, "I'm gonna talk in tongues," and they'll say "boom chakalaka boom" or "hala shi bala bala la la bala bala," and I'll be like, "What are you saying?" And if they can tell you what they're saying, that's not talking in tongues.
well,
Talking in
Sagittarius
tongues is
goddess,
that they're going to be able to tell you so you can understand,
if you're
which
born with
is
gifts, may the Lord bless you and make them stronger.
yes.
Red Runner. You sure it's his tongue and not his bum? Will he be doing that Jim Carrey thing and saying "Es solo mío"?
Well, that's what it means. And then some people say they talk in split tongues. You know, when talking about split tongue is like a serpent. You know, it's got the split tongue. You know, that's not what it meant. It's languages. That's the incident that happened to somebody saying, "Oh, they're talking in tongues," which means languages. It was more than one languages. There were translators. They were translating the to the people what the apostle was saying. That's why when somebody comes up to me and they say something that they say, "Let's pray," and they'll say something that I don't understand. Before I even say Amen, you know, I said, what are we what are you praying? I don't understand what you're saying." And I said, can you talk to me in English or Spanish so I can understand what you're saying? I'm not
That's
going to
when
say Amen to something that I'm not understanding. No, I'm not worried about Corn Macabre. Like I said, I'm just going to leave it up to God. Whatever happens to that guy. So somebody asked the question about talking in tongues. I answered the question. That's what it is. Yes, you're not gonna say amen to something that you don't understand what they're telling you. What you're gonna do is do the opposite. Like if they're praying something, I don't understand. I'll go to prayer, say the Our Father. Uh, they pull back, and that means that they really don't want to know the Heavenly Father. So whatever they were saying in a different language was trying to basically try to wish bad upon me. So when I said amen when I finished saying the Our Father. By that time, whatever was there, it took it off. He didn't want to know about the deliverance prayer. He didn't want to. He didn't say amen when I finished it. So whatever he was saying, whatever language he was speaking, it was not good. No, shadow is not real, as in what you're thinking about. Talking in tongues is a language. I speak in two tongues, and maybe three. Uh, I know a couple of things of it, but English and Spanish. A little bit. I know a little bit of Germany. Uh, certain words like from the islands. I know, but speaking in tongues is learning a language. I'm bilingual, right? I speak two languages, English and Spanish. That's what I'm speaking about, and that's the truth. No,
I got a
is
sack of nuts for you, brother. Here it is.
the heavenly Father. He's going to speak to you in a language that you can understand. That's how he's going to give your block of instructions, so something you understand. He's not. He might show you a picture of an event happening or a picture of somebody to prepare you ahead of time, or sometimes he must say something to you, and it's going to be something that you can understand. So in the heavens, it could be many angels worshiping the heavenly Father, and they're worshiping the heavenly Father through all the languages in the world. So all that in different languages, so all the spirits can understand. They're speaking in languages, tongues. So it's not the yeah the in here in our world, there's people that can talk many languages because they study the languages. Some people might take four, five, six, seven. But the Heavenly Father, He'll talk to you so you can understand. You can talk all the languages, even the languages that people don't know about. The people that live out there in the indigenous people, he speaks all languages. He'll say something for them to understand, and that's where people get it mixed up. So when people think that they're speaking in tongues and they're mumbling something, if people don't understand what they're saying, well, it's because it's not a language. Now, if it's they're saying something and people understand what they're saying, then it's because they're speaking a different language. So I've had people come up to me, like I've been invited to some churches, not churches fried chicken,
They got good biscuits.
church. They're like, "Can you come as a guest to my church?" So I remember one time I went to a church, and I'm seeing the people going up there because the priest is calling people individually, and as he go, he touches the people that fall back, and everybody's going up there to fall back. Then they call me to go up there, and I'm just a guest. I say, okay. I go over there, and he touches me on the head, and I'm just standing there in front of him, looking at him. Then he touches me again, and I'm looking at him, and he's touching me again 3 times, and then he comes to my ear, and he says, "You're supposed to fall back."
This is the part where you fall down.
Say, this when you fall back, and that's not how the Holy Spirit works. See, they're trying to say when they're falling that the Holy Spirit is entering their body and they're making a fall back. But what I've seen is that the people were trained that way to fall back as soon as the priest touches them. That's not the way the Holy Spirit works. I've, I know how the Holy Spirit works, and I know
Good
how
night, Jennifer.
when certain things try to attack you to drain your energy, how that feels. It's two different feelings. Uh, yeah, it was. I only went one time to that church. People were running around saying they had the Holy Spirit in them. They were jumping the benches and
They were
running
doing
around the
the blue. They
priest.
were doing the Blues Brothers thing, making backflips and whatnot.
They was doing all kinds of stuff. I was looking at my son. I was like, man, this is
Good night,
so that's not
Jennifer.
the right place for me. So that was the first and last time that I went there. But I think I did ask the question. The question that I asked the priest was this: I asked him, "What does it mean when you talk in tongues?" Because there was people that surrounded me when I wouldn't fall down that they were saying something that I didn't understand what they were saying. And all the people, the young guy though, that invited me to the church told me that they were talking in tongues. And it's like, I don't understand what they're saying. It's, oh, that's a language that God is showing us. And no, so God speaks to you so you can understand what he's saying. So then I told the kid, I said, look, you want to go to that kind of church? That's on you. But I'm just letting you know that they're not teaching you the right way, you know.
No, Templar, we don't monitor spirits, man, because when you're trying to do that, you open yourself up for possession, spiritual attacks.
I've been I've been to Mormon church where their book is like real thin like this. Their Bible is like thin, like real thin. I think there were those might have been Jehovah Witness. Thin Bible like this. Something dealing with Joseph, some guy that
That's
an
the Mormons.
angel. There's a Mormon. The angel brought him a tablet.
Yeah, that's
The
the
Mormon.
Mormons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then if you look up the name of the guy, that you'll find out that the guy that with the tablet, there were two partners. They owned a gold mine, and I believe that's where the tablet came from because they made it that way. Whether it was gold or not, I don't know. But these people that were found guilty in the courts of law for being con artists and stealing money for the elderly. I think they had been fined already like 3, 4 times for taking money from the elderly.
yeah, because supposedly only Joseph Smith could see the tablets. Nobody else could see them but him.
Hmm. If you look up the name of the people, the founders of that, you look that they were found guilty for that. So I gave the Mormons a class about that, about the Bible. Then I showed them what the Bible says. Got brought my Bible out. I had a little uh session with them. Showing them certain things, and just tell them to be misled. They're misleading you with this. I know you're young. You're trying to do the good works, but this Bible that you have is not the real Bible. And I know you're trying to do good works. You're trying to be good with God, but they're misleading you with this Bible. This is the Bible. Study it. This is the Bible that you're supposed to go to. I had the King James version of it. I said, read that and you'll understand where I'm coming from. I never
They,
seen them again.
they took those books out of the Bible, Conquistador, because they didn't fit the Catholic agenda.
Yes.
That was done by the Pope in the Catholic Church. Just like when you're supposed to worship the Lord, it's on Saturday, not Sunday. Sunday is the beginning of the week. The Pope changed it to Sunday just because he could. He was drunk with power when he changed it, but the Sabbath is on Saturday. Every Saturday is the Sabbath. Just so y'all know.
Well, no different than right now. People that are evil people, they're destroying history, right? They want to destroy everything in history so that when people can remember who Jesus Christ is or whoever, Our society is doing the same thing right now. They're trying to
That's
get people to forget Jesus Christ. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want people to be able to defend themselves against what they believe in, which is Lucifer.
that's in the life frequency. If you like human blood so good, suck on a cortex, man. Bye. Dumbass. He's back, cousin. Back. He's cruising for some more bruising.
There's corn on the cob. But yes, uh, so now let's get back to portals. We always get, somebody asks a question, we go to answer the question, and I want to answer it to the best of my abilities.
I'm trying, cousin, to answer some of these questions.
That's why you're supposed to have a relationship, conquistador, with Jesus Christ because He's the one that guides you spiritually. If you do the, you maintain your love foundation, you have no hatred, no anger, you forgive your enemies, you have no fear, you're not believing in other things, then because forgiveness is part of love, your love gets greater and He blesses you with the spiritual gift of discernment for you to understand that there is a higher power and He'll teach you that way. Whether you're sleeping, whether you're awake, He's going to teach you something. He's going to come to you and it's going to be for something for you to know spiritually. And He blesses you with the spiritual gifts of discernment to be able to fight spiritually against things through the spiritual gift of discernment. He teaches you and He protects you spiritually. So it's not about looking too much into the past, what we lost in the past. We've lost a lot of things in the past. It's about the present. It's about whether you have faith or not in Him. You know, the only way you can understand what I'm speaking of is by having a relationship with Him. But that's your personal choice. But He's got to be in true faith and true belief in Him in order for Him to bless you with the spiritual gift of discernment. I believe there was a wizard, one of the apostles. This wizard had a lot of jewelry, money, and he told the apostle that the only thing he wanted, he didn't want to know Jesus Christ, that he just wanted to know to get be, he just wanted to get the gifts, spiritual gifts of discernment. And the apostle told him, "I can't take your money because the only way you can obtain the spiritual gifts of discernment is through Jesus Christ or through the Heavenly Father. He's the only one that can give you the spiritual gift of discernment." So basically, that's all I'm saying, man. Some people make all the excuses in the world just not to believe in Jesus Christ. To me, it's not about the churches. Can add churches fried chicken to that?
I know
It's
why
not
you
about
keep bringing that up because they have
the
corn on the
preachers,
cob.
the ministers, the apostles, the pope. It's not about them or any other religion. It's about your personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Then that
Good
when you
morning,
do have the
sir.
personal relationship, then you'll understand that He's very real, spiritual real.
We are in the demonic hour, cousin.
Demonic hour. Sorry about that. I was just answering your question there, Conquistador, to the best of my spiritual ability. You know,
As
there
long as
I've ran into a lot of people that they have so many excuses that they don't want to believe in Jesus Christ. I don't want to believe in Him because in my family there's nothing but violence and they're always fighting, and that's all I know. You know, it's being bonded. And the reason there's fighting and there's being bonded because those people don't have Jesus Christ in the picture, so they're being bonded. What divides a family and cause chaos and division? Violence. Demons do.
well,
It's
keep
a
your
spiritual
faith up,
choice.
conquistador. Keep your faith up and believe in God. Believe in Jesus Christ.
You're welcome, brother Conquistador.
Hey, cousin, did you know that the TV screens are black mirrors? Those are black portals.
Uh, yeah, I heard of Black Obsidian. I got a plate somewhere. I don't know. I think I got it boxed up that I bought one. They said that to be careful with those because those could be portals.
So if you got a TV in your bedroom, the demons can watch you from that portal. Any mirror in your bedroom, they can watch you from that portal because all mirrors are portals.
That's right. You got to break the cycle of the family curse. Yeah, there's a lot of. We always get a good turnout at night. You know, here with all the night owls.
You did not know what candy, Kindle?
about the portals that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, those are all portals. So usually, if you have a mirror in your room before you go to bed, it's wise to cover it. That way the demons can't see you through it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a movie like that one time about a mirror that they had put tape all over the mirror and stuff. The
Oh,
mirror taped up, and some girl took out the tape off the mirror just to look at herself, but I guess something was coming out of the mirror or a portal where it took her to a different room. I think well, it's kind of like that story when I was growing up. Uh, I think they made a movie of it. Something dealing with a closet where the kids went into a closet that went to a different realm.
yeah, Narnia.
Narnia, there we go. I
Uh,
remember that was a cartoon back in the day when I was growing up.
Conquistador. When you do that look in the mirror for too long, you're casting a black magic spell that will turn your face into a demon face. I'm just saying because I've done it and it was taught to me by a dude that practiced black magic. You remember, cousin? You said that story about what happened when y'all broke that mirror that your uncle told y'all to get out of there.
The when I went the story where I was at a birthday party and we were playing on a trampoline, and I seen all the women come out of this room. My mom comes and tells me not to go into the room because I've always been spiritually gifted, and as I'm playing there, something is like I feel something like some kind of energy like calling me that ways. That's what I'm feeling. So I go and look around. I go into the room. There's like a chair, I guess, and a sofa, and there's mirrors all the way around this room. So as I sit down on the chair, I'm just sensing around me. Just I was just a kid. Then I start seeing all these bultos or dark shadow figures, demonic in the mirrors. They just surface up, And I'm thinking what they were using the chair for was to cast out unclean spirits out of people to go into the mirrors. So there were a bunch of them trapped inside this mirror, and they were going like this on the glass. I could see them through the inside the glass. So I get up and I just walk out of there and close the door real fast. And I think that same day when I closed the door, my brother broke his arm on that trampoline. But then when I got made it home, I got real sick, and they brought this curandera to try to heal me, because I was real sick. And I remember on the glass they had did the ojo thing, and I was looking at the glass because I had a high fever, and I could see me looking at me through the egg yolk. I mean, and he had a wicked look in his face, and it was me looking at myself, but it was making fun of me, which was I believe was the demon or unclean spirit that was in the mirror. But there was a bunch of them, and once it did that, I became better. But he got trapped in the yolk of the egg. It's curando de ojo, right? Well, the susto when you're. That's what it.
No, the susto is cured by 3 sips of sugar water,
Yeah,
and the other thing is cured with egg. They
an egg.
put it in crosses all over your body.
I hope y'all liking this live feed. Go ahead, cousin. Share a story with the viewers here, because in a moment I'm going to play for this little mini. See if I can win it. Uh, sure. You got any mirror movie, mirror stories,
Well, yeah,
or
like I said, when I was about 10 years old, one of my dad's friends from Mexico came over to visit, and he told us that he was a dark wizard that practiced dark magic, and he went and stood by a light post at the corner where we lived, and he said something and moved his hands, and then the light post the light started flickering, man, and it had never done that before. We have been living there for a year. That light never did that. But when he said what he said and moved his hands, it started to flicker. And then he goes, "You want me to teach you a trick?" I said, "Sure. What trick you want to show me?" He said, "Look into my eyes. Don't think about laughing. Don't think about breathing. Just don't keep your mind blank." And he goes,
Go ahead and finish your story, cousin, and you can answer the next one.
"Okay, well, his face turned demonic. His face
How
turned
did it
demonic.
look?
He looked like a demon, man. His half of his face was like burned and scaly, and his horns came out on top of his head. And he goes, "You see what I look like now?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you could do that just by staring into a mirror and don't laugh, don't think about breathing. Just look at yourself, and slowly but surely, you will transform into this state." And he was true, man. He wasn't lying. I did that the very next day, and I scared the hell out of myself. I couldn't see the evil side of me like that, man.
What'd you
That's
see?
I saw myself as a demon. My face was transformed, man.
Could you
It trans-
record it? You probably would be able to record it to see a
no,
transformation.
man. There wasn't cameras back then yet, man. I think it was like in 83, 82 or 83. There wasn't cameras made yet, man. So that's my mirror story right there, man.
Okay, and somebody's got a question for you. If y'all got any questions for Jesse, just ask him. Sister Morgan says, Jesse, what's the scariest experience you had when your dad was practicing Santeria?
The scariest that I had was when they summoned the spirit of the woods because
Tell him, tell him why they summoned it. Tell him the story of all that.
I am uh, we were doing a ritual in the woods for this youngster that needed to be protected by the police from the police because of the business that he was doing. He needed protection, and they had already asked the spirit of the earth, the spirit of the wind, the spirit of the water. They had already asked all the other spirits if they would protect him, and none of them would. So their last option was the spirit of the woods, and they summoned the spirit of the woods. And first they did him a cleansing, and then they ripped him, which they got a razor blade and started ripping his clothes. Once that was done, they took his clothes up and spit rum on him. They spit rum on him and blew a cigar smoke all over him. And then they threw agua florida on him.
What's
And
that?
that
What's
was
all Florida, cousin?
it's a water that comes from Florida, man. That it smells kind of freaky,
Is it like
but
swamp
it's
water?
no. It smells like water, flowers and water. It smells like that. Agua Florida. That's why they call it Agua Florida.
Like swamp water.
Like water that had roses in it and plants. And they bathed him with that, and that was the ritual to summon the spirit. So to summon it, they started cutting his body with a razor blade. Man, they were making little cuts all over him, blood. You
S-
understand what I'm saying?
to summon the spirit.
Yes. Uh, the spirit started coming from deep within the woods, and it was like green camouflage, but it stood like 7 feet tall, man, and it was real skinny.
Green and kind like like it was made out of swamp,
It
like
was made out of
like
gra-
a elemental,
like yeah, like grass and leaves.
kind of like the swamp thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of like it was wearing a ghillie suit so that you can understand me better.
Yes.
And it approached, and
How
the
tall was
wood,
it, cousin?
huh? It was about 7 feet tall.
How wide? Massive.
No, he was kind of skinny, man. He was kind of skinny. His arms
Uh,
looked like branches.
Sister Morgan said moss, like moss.
Makarov, they're Mexican, but I believe they.
You know, moss like from the swamp. There's a lot of moss.
No, 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 no moss because we were right by a lake, man, and the woods were by the lake. But
Hmm.
like I said, its arms looked like ramas from the trees.
The branches,
Yeah, they look like
vine,
branches,
like
and
the branches and vines.
yeah, and the legs were they looked like ramitas, like it was thin. It was tall, but it was thin. It did have a wide body, but its limbs were skinny, man. And they called it, and it came, and it agreed to be its protector, man.
So when you seen it walking, how far you were you from it? Like when you seen it coming out
Well,
of the
well,
woods.
when it came out of the woods to where we were doing the ritual, it was about man, maybe 10 feet from where we were, and it stopped outside the circle that we had made because we made a circle, and the voodoo priest was the palero was talking to it in a language that I didn't understand, and after a while of talking, he sacrificed three doves and an owl, and it agreed, and it became his protector. That was
Spiritual, like a spiritual protector.
no, the way that they explained it to me was in times that he needed his protector, the protector would show up to protect him. The only reason we could see it is because we were inside the circle. You know what I'm saying? That you really can't see it in spirit form. But yeah, it agreed to protect him, and that was kind of mind blowing for me because, like I told you the other day, we always played in the woods.
So this guy was in trouble with the law,
Yeah, he was supplying.
willing and
Uh,
dealing.
yeah, Morgan, I told you it wanted blood. It took two doves and an owl as a payment.
He says, "What did it want in return?" Oh, you already answered her. So then, what happened, cousin?
Well,
After that,
after that, it agreed, and it was appeased by the blood of the animals they sacrificed, and it went back in the woods, and we left. But that blew my mind, man. That was scary for me. I had never seen anything like that. It looked ancient. Yes,
how old were you when that happened?
I, I was 21.
21. And your dad, how old was he?
Well, I think my dad was in his late 30s, early 40s. My dad only lived to be 70 years old, man. So yeah, the the palero, he's the one who took care of that, Morgan. But I believe that it had to be fed once a year. Usually, all the saints and things that they make for Santeria have to be fed once a year. Yeah, you could pray Our Father, Kendall, or you could just cover your mirrors. Usually, before you move into a house, Wolf, you should go in there with holy water and cast everything that's in there out before you move in your stuff. No, I really don't watch TV, Madeline. Yeah, if it's a cartel, they're probably into La Santa Muerte, which that's its own religion, Madeline.
Santa Muerte. Tell him the story about what you know of the Santa Muerte, primo.
If you believe in good and evil, conquistador, good cannot survive without evil, and evil can't survive without good. They exist together. Yeah, there are spirits, man. There's spirits out there that are earth, wind, water, earth, and
Elementals.
I'm not talking about Captain Planet, man.
Captain Planet.
Well, hey, man, cousin, Captain Planet was a demon that those kids summoned, man. He was a demon. Thought you knew that.
No, I know what you're talking about. That was the cartoon from back in the day.
But that's good, Wolf. Yes, the Santa Muerte is its own religion, and mostly people that are in the cartel or wheeling and dealing worship that deity of death. But you have to be careful because if you promise the deity something and you don't do what you promised, then it'll betray you. The Llorona is a human spirit conquistador that was punished for killing her children. There are spirits roaming the earth because they were punished by God for doing evil deeds. All the folklore of things that appear in this earth, they were once human and they were punished by God. So that's why they wander the earth, like the Nephilim.
Go ahead, cousin. Keep on. I'm playing for that little thing that I was telling you about.
I'm trying to read the chat.
Anybody got any questions for cousin Jesse? Go ahead.
Yes, there is God, Wolf, and most of these evil spirits that I'm talking about, they were punished by God for their deeds, and they have to wander the earth until the time of judgment. Hello, fun nun. Yes, it will come after you, Madeline. It will come after you because you turned on it, so it will come after you and betray you and kill you. Well, yes, Conquistador, those are your beliefs, my brother, and you're welcome to it. I know you're not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying that they exist. That's all. Any other questions?
Tell him about with your dad, que de su espíritu, that you see
Oh,
see his.
My dad was in this, I guess you could say a cult, and it is my belief that he ripped his spirit in two, and that's when he started losing his memory and getting dementia because he could never make that other part of him come back to him. He would stand in the alley under a light post, and my dad would spend hours looking out the window. And I would ask him, "What are you looking at?" He would say, "You don't see it? It's right there. It's right there." But he won't come to me. And he would split his spirit in two, and the other piece of his spirit was what he used to go and do things for him. And yeah, he never got that spirit back. As a matter of fact, it down 2 blocks from here where it stands. Well, that's what happens when you deal in what you're not supposed to, fun, huh? Like that, the Palero, I seen him make a woman that had never walked in her life. He made her walk just by chanting in African and sacrificing animals.
I'll be right back, cousin.
Hey, cousin, I'm down to 14%, my brother. Any other questions, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounter? Nothing? Wow. I remember he used to, the Palero used to go to the graveyards and steal bones because he said that the owner of that bone, that soul had to serve him. And he would steal graveyard dirt, and he had a mound of graveyard dirt in a pile in one in a little room, and he would bury that bone there, and then that spirit has to do his bidding. Well, being that I did that, Madeline, when I uh, when I got baptized, I left my old life behind and started a new slate with Jesus Christ. So I am saying that yes, I should be forgiven for what I have done because that was my old life, not my new life. Once you get baptized, you leave your old life behind and start new with Jesus Christ and God. No, Morgan, I don't need to watch a scary movie to get the weird stuff happening like that. Back before I got baptized, all I had to do was start to read the Bible and the things would start to happen.
Yeah, I remember going to this lady's house. They would call her India Maria. That's what we call her. Uh, and I used to go play. Her son was like already older than me, and he would always throw in the football. I'll go run for passes. I'll be barefooted and I'll catch the passes. And I'll taking the ball back, and we was always playing and stuff. And I remember one time I went inside the house, and as a kid, you're playing hide and go seek or whatever, and there was a closet that she had told me not to go into. And I remember when I opened the closet, I seen this uh, some kind of black statue. There was red candles, black candles, and I could sense it was something evil. So the lady came. I guess she sensed that I went in there, and she told me not to ever open it again, and she closed it. But I believe because that's what she was practicing. You know, I think it could have been the Santa Muerte. It's just
Robert I
What I
recorded it.
witnessed.
I'm just sharing things that I've witnessed and lived through. This isn't my life story, bro.
We
Just
just share
sharing with the members.
witnesses, true experiences. Robert, that's the first time, one of the first times, besides what happened in Mexico when I was a kid with a curandera, what I when I fought spiritually over there with her. Uh, that was one of the first times that I actually went to where somebody worshipped something else besides God.
We try. Old movie fan, 1973. We try.
Thank you, movie fan. So that's when I knew that other people was doing other things, practicing other things. When that's when I found out that there was good and evil in the world. I mean, I found out at a very young age of good and evil,
Hey,
but
Bash.
it's kind of like these women that were practice the dark arts. They knew who I was. They knew that about me being in Mexico with a curandera and stuff like that. There were dark witches, so they would come up against me, even in our hometown, because they were affiliated with the dark witches that were in Mexico. So they would always come and spiritually challenge me, but they would come with caution. But I was being protected through the Heavenly Father, so I see many come and many go.
Well, cousin, speaking of go, I'm gonna have to go. I started this with 100%. I'm down to 10%, so I'm
Okay,
gonna have
cousin.
to go.
Well, thank you for sharing your testimonies here tonight to the viewers, your experiences.
Good night, people. May the Lord bless you and keep you safe.
I always keep a charger on my phone underneath, but I know you got to get up early.
Yeah, I gotta. I still haven't been able to fix my truck, man. I can't find the parts.
Oh wow,
Bye, Bash. If you
there's
see
Vash,
Ivy, if y'all see Ivy, tell her I said hi.
Ivy.
Bye, Madeline. Or should I
You
call you
later,
Miss
cuz.
Miss Chap? Bye, y'all.
He left at the hour of 3:33. So let's go keep him in prayer. Heavenly Father, at this time, we would like to pray for my cousin Jesse, for his home to be protected, placing heavenly spiritual crosses on his doorways, on his windows, on him from head to toe, and also placing heavenly crosses on me, my home, and the viewers, all the viewers in their homes. If there's any negative energies, any witchcraft or necromancy, we tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. And it changed. It's 3:34 now. Yes. Sometimes when there's interruptions and stuff like that, we lose focus on what the show is about. I talked about the time gap. We talk portals. Um, where I've witnessed something through pictures that I might be able to capture them, where I could see some kind of I guess spirit entity coming out of a portal. The portal was round and it was on top of the trees. You could see it the way that there was no way that could be a tree making a round circle that way and being dark. These portals, they're around us. How can you sense them? Spiritually, you're able to sense spiritually. Use your senses. Uh, but that's where some of these things where they come from is through the portals. People want to call them interdimensional beings. I just say they're demonic, uh, but they're coming from this portals, and you could say they're like infiltrating and just seeing what we do or see who they can affect, and then once they accomplish a mission that they're set to do, then they go back into the portal. But the portal is like open. I believe there's portals in all elements. You know, in all the elements, there's portals. In the ocean, there's portals. They're everywhere. It's just to deal with the things that are coming out of these portals. You know, uh, I believe through a love foundation we can overcome them. For some reason, they do not like a love foundation. They dislike a love foundation. I guess the reason they dislike a foundation because that means they can't do what they want to do. They can have control over mankind like they want to do. If we unite together as brothers sisters of Christ and we fight against them spiritually through a love foundation, uh, it shows that they're really not as strong as people think they are. They're actually very weak uh, through a love foundation. By the time that they can be very dangerous is to the people who have the spiritual openings, hatred, anger, forgiveness, uh, fear, believing in other things, whatever manifestations they take. Those are the openings they use to attack us. But we can protect ourselves by not doing the opposite of the openings. Instead of fear, no fear. Of belief, no belief. Of what you're seeing or witnessing, it doesn't matter the manifestations they take. Uh, where there's anger, peace, love, forgive. You do those things, and we're able to fight spiritually against the things that come out of these portals or time rips. We're able to fight spiritually against them. That's all I'm saying. Is through a love foundation. If you don't give them what they want, then they can do anything against us, especially when we're being protected through a love foundation, brothers and sisters. I doing brother Vash or sister brother sister. And there are things that are here on this earth that are not coming from portals. That they're actually here. They're amongst us in spirit form, unseen. Like cousin Jesse was saying, the DDN, their roam freely on this earth. Their vessel got destroyed. Their bodies got destroyed, and the thing that's left, since that wasn't God's creation, is their disembodied spirit, demonic spirit. That's what's left. Their mission was the same as they were when they were Nephilim: destroy all of God's creations, which include us. And that's what they do in demonic form. They bond and possess people, try to and destroy people that way. That's why you have to maintain a love foundation. You gotta know that since that wasn't God's creations, that we have more power over them. They just don't want you to know the truth. So they've been busy at work with many different agendas. Uh, all this agendas that our society has is to set us up for failure. The people that start believing in the things that our society is saying, these movements that they're creating is to bond people, trap people spiritually. For those that do believe in Jesus Christ, through the spiritual get discernment, you know what they're doing is wrong. So what are you going to do? Maintain your love foundation. You pray to Jesus Christ. Try to awaken as many people as possible so they'll be able to fight spiritually against these unseen forces that are amongst us. And the people that have already affiliated themselves with the enemy. We have to fight against it spiritually also. Yes, there are birds in the attic. I think said I was going to talk about dimensions, dimensional, the portals. I think I spoke about the void. You know, but the dark void from the heavens is. I think there's a dark void that's up in the heavens. That there's some beings that exist in those dark voids, and they're in our skies. And these beings can come out of the dark void and cause chaos and havoc. You know, that's what happened to me on the picture that I have. If you look at the main picture I have on this Facebook group called DDN, Disembodied Demonic Nephilim. If you can view that the main picture, it's a road. And there's a fence, but you see a lot of black things standing around me. That's when they try to ambush me. They came from the sky. You can see some where they're in spiral coming from the sky too. There's a bunch of them. Those are the beings that come from the void. There's I believe it speaks about it in the Bible. I ran into that where it says there's somewhere in the sky there's a void where this beings exist, and they come and sometimes cause chaos and havoc. So the void could be considered like a another dimension, a portal of sort, but I would say more of a it's coming from a different realm, and they're beings from the void. I got the picture. If y'all want to check it out, it's on DDN, demonic disembodied Nephilim on Facebook. It's a group or that's where I got it. I got it as the main picture for the little group that I created. I just haven't targeted too much on it because I've been doing the lives here. Um, when I try to put it here on YouTube, it takes away a lot. Takes away from the picture, so I can only put like a certain part of the picture. But on my on that group that I was telling you, DDN, Disembodied Demonic Nephilim. If you go into that group, you'll be able to see it there. Or what I can do is I can try to create it and put it on my TikTok. That's ApeCS865. I can make a short reel with that picture so y'all can see what's there. Yeah, with that picture, the thing is, when I try to put it here on Facebook, I mean on YouTube, it takes away a lot from it. It only shows the center of what's in the picture. It takes out a lot of the whole picture. But I'll see if I can make it happen. And I'll name it the title, the DDN, Disembodied Demonic Nephilim. I might create a show reel for it. Try to. But it's like every time I try to put it here, it takes away from the picture. Do you have Messenger, Kendall Burrow? I'm a messenger. Or, if I upload it on YouTube, it takes away from the picture. On TikTok, it shows a full picture. Because when you do a short reel here, it only gives you a certain amount of space. But on TikTok, when I do a short reel, it takes the full picture. They make a short reel with a full picture, but when you try to do that on here on YouTube, it takes away from the picture. What I can do is try to take whatever it doesn't have from the picture. I could take a certain portion from the picture, take the middle and take the right. So it'll be like three different areas of the picture that I can do a short reel. So we could be able to see, you know. But yes, that experience right there that I had, I was walking early in the morning, and that's why I had the problems with my neck area also. I was doing my early morning walk. I was walking like 10 miles in the morning, 10 miles at night, which would be a total of 20 miles. I was walking, I was starting my early morning walk, and as I was walking, I just felt a lot of heaviness on my shoulders that I got dropped to one knee. As I got dropped to one knee, my neck goes inward like this. I feel a lot of pressure, and I say I feel a lot of heaviness, and I say I start praying to the Our Father to help me. I say, "Help me, Heavenly Father." And as I say that, whatever weight was on me, it lifts off of me. Because when I fell down from the pressure of the weight that was on me, I snapped a picture accidentally when I was falling down. I didn't know there was a picture on my phone. I got up. I was real weak because my energy had gotten drained. Uh, my energy had gotten drained, and I started stumbling, and I was like, I could barely walk because I had no energy. And I was looking around just to see what the hell happened, but I couldn't see nobody or nothing. So instead of going all the way down the street, I cut through the mobile homes, I went through people's yards to make it faster to where I live. I made my own path. I barely I had enough, made it into my home. I was real exhausted. Where when I went to lay down, I don't. I just remember laying down. That was it. I was out. You know, out cold. Um, it's like a whole day passed by. I woke up and I'm all out of it. I'm still hurting, and I look at my phone because my phone was there beside me. I was trying to see if anybody called me, but what was on my phone was the picture that I captured that I have on DDN, Disembodied Demonic Nephilim. That's what I have there. It's the picture that I captured, and it was a lot of them. I will say, you know what? I can try to share the picture through my phone here. Let me do that. You don't mind? I can do that. I forgot I have my other phone right here. I'll share it with y'all right now. Let me get in there and get it for y'all. Come on. I'll show it to y'all. Maybe I can get it off my regular spiritual encrypted encounters. This glass is broken, but here's a picture. Just the glass is broken, so I can't show it to you right. Someone coming from the sky right there. There's some that are standing right there in the path. It said right there. There were those were in front of me. There was some still coming from the sky, and then I know there was some on top of me because that's what dropped me, weighed me down, and I know there was some behind me too. So I was being, it's kind of like I got hold it from the shoulders, so the two holding me down from the shoulders. Then one jumped on my neck area because I could feel like I was being held, like something grabbed me from the arms. And that's when I was down on my knee, and then my head got pressed by something. Like they were holding me and pressing my head down. Uh, they tried to take my life that day. This DDN or whatever comes from the void. Uh, it was like around 7:38 in the morning. They tried to take me out, but I already came on when I called upon Jesus Christ, and they left. You know, he said, I believe those all are demonic of origin. They're unclean spirits. You see the color that they have; they look like shadows. Uh, when I talk about dark shadows, so I've seen them dark shadows during the day. You know, I mean, they had me in a predicament, but I never lost my faith, even though I was outnumbered by many. I call upon Jesus Christ to help me. When I did that, He came to help me, and they flee. That's why I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the Heavenly Father. It's let me find my group. I'm still recuperating, man. I mean, I haven't been the same. Like I have injuries from the military when I served for 10 years in the United States Army. Then I have injuries from being attacked by this. But this would be a better look of what was in the sky. This ones are standing on the ground. And those are, you see the ones coming from the sky. It's a better look with a little bit more color in it, so you could see what was there. I have a group called Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, and that those pictures are in there. Let me see if I can find my other group. Yeah, man, they fucking. I still hurting from my neck area. I still hurt to this day, man. Uh, for some reason, they like to attach themselves around the neck area. I guess, kind of like when you hear about the Leviathan, that they attach themselves to your spinal cord. Uh, I mean, yeah, that they attack in those areas around the neck area. Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook is one of the sites that I have. I got Positive Spiritualist, which those pictures are there. Uh, let me see. I can find the other site for y'all. My other group that I created. Let me find it real quick, and I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's not a good feeling, and that's why I created the site, man, because I don't want people to go through what I went through. You know, I want you to know that don't let them deceive you, no matter how many come and try to attack you. That you are somebody. Jesus Christ is with you. Your spirit is strong. Okay, here it is. Here's my group that I created with that picture. It's called The Rise of the DDN, and it's got a slash disembodied demonic Nephilim. Uh, yeah, I got a lot of the pictures in there. Sometimes you have to. I got the original picture in there too, but I added some cutter just to see what was around me. I got an ambush, man. I could understand if somebody's going to target me. I got all these people, trolls that say they're going to do this or that. I'm combat. I'm a combat veteran. I can handle any situation. That's no problem. But when you get attacked in that manner, where you're not seeing the enemy, they just come out of nowhere from the sky, freaking ambush you, try to take you out, then you can't fight something like that physically. I mean, they got you hold down, holding your arms. They grab you from the shoulders and pressing your head down. The only thing I was able to do is fight against it spiritually, which I call upon Jesus Christ to help me, or the Heavenly Father. I said, God help me. When I said God help me, they left me alone. They left, but I was injured. They did try to take my life, man. This happened like around 2011, 2012. Said I fought a lot of years in Elms Grove. I've been fighting all my life, but in Elms Grove, it was a lot of fighting there, man. I have the pictures. I have all my world spiritual encrypted encounters. I have all these pictures in there. That's why I have all these pictures and the evidence. If you look at the show reels here in spiritual encrypted encounters, I'm showing y'all that these things exist around us, and the only way you're going to be able to fight is spiritually through Jesus Christ against them. Any other way, they got that. Any other way, and you got all these people walking around with swords, saying that they're gonna slice something, or people with weapons saying they're gonna shoot something. You're not gonna be able to kill something that's a spirit, that's demonic in that nature. The only way you can fight spiritually is through Jesus Christ, or call upon God. That's my advice. For the people who think that they're searching for Bigfoots and you haven't found nothing, it's because they're those beings that like the picture that I showed you. That's what they are, and they have the abilities to manifest into anything. Yeah, I still hurt from this shoulder. I haven't gone back to the woods in a while, like 4 months now. I think I say like 3 months from my last video. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm not pulling nobody's leg here in spiritually encrypted encounters. I'll talk to you straight up, man. I have no reason to lie to y'all in any kind of way, shape, or form. I just bring it through the experiences. Sharing is caring, and through the pictures and videos that I got, that these things do exist around us. Uh, and the only way you're gonna be able to come is spiritually. You can't do nothing with this, with any kind of man-made weapon. It's got to be done spiritually through Jesus Christ. Yes. Yeah, because they're the same. There are those beings that I'm showing you that I've actually captured them on camera. I've captured some that look like Bigfoots, some that look like dogmen, some that look like something completely different. Shadow figures. Uh, I got all these pictures on spiritual encrypted encounters. I've already created a lot of on TikTok. Abe CS 865. Check out all the short reels. I've done a lot of work, man. I've been putting all my material out there so people can see of the things that are around us. When people think that they're going to have the perfect picture, no. There's a lot of hoaxers out there pretending to be Bigfoots in costumes, walking real slow, human-like. A lot of hoaxers out there. You got People making videos that they're seeing these witches or warlocks. You can literally tell it's people in costume. Yeah, they have a lot of views, but it's not legit. The stuff that I'm showing you is spiritual legit. I'm showing you the truth. Yeah, you're gonna get a clear picture of something that's in spirit, man. Not a clear picture that's in spirit. It's not gonna be clear. Why? Because they disrupt any kind of electronics, any batteries. The batteries get drained off your phone, or they can disrupt it where even your connection gets cut off. You know, that happens to me when I go to investigate in the locations that I lose connection all the time. You know, I made videos through Facebook, a lot of how should I say, connection interference, lag. Then I done one through TikTok. There was a loss of time in the video, where I'm missing parts from the video. So they have many capabilities, brother and sisters. I've been out there in the military. I did 10 years, trained officer and defense night and day. Didn't matter what kind of weather there was. I trained in all terrains. So I know what exists out there because I've been out there. The shadow figures, or no, I ain't even say figures, dark shadows, they're out there roaming around, passing. They're tall. Those were the DDN, man. I would see them all the time when I'll be training at nighttime. Or night vision couldn't capture the heat, any heat off of them because they're not here in the flesh. They're in spirit, or they're demonic. So they're not gonna have any heat signature. So what you might see is just a dark figure passing by with no, it's just a dark shadow. Because with or when I was in the army as a tanker, or the nuclear the night sight we had, or thermal night sights, we could change different filters, and we could see like if it was kind of daytime out there. But then you see this dark shadow figures, or dark shadows passing by out out there in the open field. You see 6 or 7 of them walking, and they're real tall. And I'm trying to change it to see if I can get a heat signature, or laze it with my tank, laze the target. I can't even laze it because it has no heat signature. The only way you can use a laser on the tank if has some kind of heat signature that you're able to laser on the heat, and it gives you the distance of how far the target is. You can't do that with the DDN, or demonic, or the Legion, or anything like that, nor the Degen. You can't do that. You have a good night, Kendall. So when I hear the stories that a guy says, I shot a Bigfoot in the face and I killed it, but there's no body, there's no picture to prove that he killed something that's supposedly in the flesh. I'm not going to say that he might have seen something, but when he shot, it was a miss because it was a manifestation of a demon. So when he would go look for the body, there was no body. So these people that they claim that they killed him, they have no proof. Is because you can't kill something that's already dead. Bottom line, whether it's manifesting to look like a Sasquatch, a dog man, mothman, goat man, whatever manifestations take, you can't kill it because it's not here in the flesh. So when I hear all the stories that people said that they kill this, they kill that, Me, that I've been attacked spiritually by him. I fought him where you can hear footsteps. I get hit, fly 4 or 5 feet, turn around. As I land, tumble roll, I get up with my guards up. There's nobody there. So how can these people that they claim that they killed a dogman or a Bigfoot, they have no body? That's already telling me that they're. I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't see something. All I'm saying is what they shot at, they did not kill because it was in disembodied form. You hear all the time where people said they shot a dog man right in between the eyes, you know, where they're this see people have scopes, but how can you if you don't got no heat signature, right? How are you gonna shoot at it? You're just gonna see a dark shadow. So they let it rip with clips, and there's no dead dog man or nothing because it's just sitting in the trees and the branches behind there because it's a spirit form. All I'm saying that till this day, there's nobody in the cryptid community, anybody of all the cryptids that there is, to show a dead cryptid of any kind of sort. They say, hey, here's a Sasquatch we killed. Here's a dog. Nobody has shown anything like that. Why? Because those beings that attacked me that day, that's what they are. They're in spirit form, but they have the capabilities to manifest to look real. But just because it looks real doesn't mean it's real. That's all I'm saying. It's a ability that they have. Angels who can take the form of man, go tell somebody to somebody like it did to the when Sodom and Gomorrah. Angels got sent to talk to the people there to tell all his family to leave because that town was doomed, that they were going to destroy it. He went trying to get people. They tell him you got a certain time to leave. You know, the angels left, and him and his wife walked away. Right, they're walking away from the town because their kids didn't want to come with them, and they were told not to look back. When it happened, they heard something. The wife turned back. Turned into a pillar of salt. Yeah, demonic beings. You know, I have nothing against people that. I'm just trying to get them to awaken, man. I mean, I'm trying to get them to awaken to let them know what they're dealing with is not a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch. It's not a dog, man. It's not all the things that they say there are. So I fought them spiritually. They're demonic in nature. They're demons. So we know the Bigfoot community is very big. There's a lot of Bigfoot believers, right? But if the Bigfoot is a demon, then what are they truly believing in? I could understand if they had the evidence of a if a Bigfoot trapped in they have a little zoo or a cage with one of them trapped in there, how big they are or something. That would be understandable. But there's none. Not even a dead one. No bones. So what are they really believing in? Right? What are they truly believing in? They could say all the names they want to say. They could say uh Bigfoot, Dogman, uh cheap squatch, a booga. They could say chupacabra, whatever name they want to place on there. But belief is belief. So they're believing in those things, but it's not that. It's a manifestation that they take. Then they're truly believing in the demon. That's why people try to take me out from the Christian community because I'm bringing the spiritual aspect of it and I'm speaking in truth. Because he takes away from money, you know. I'm just speaking in truth what they really are. And they should be concerned because they can attach, they can bond, and they can possess because they're demons, in which we've lost a lot of people of what I've seen in the cryptic community because of health issues. What do you think causes that? They do. If they're attached on you, that's what they do. They they dislike us. They want one more soul to collect. Well, that's all I'm saying is the truth. Then, of course, then you have the people that believe in Satan. Satanists, voodoo people, and witches and warlocks. They dislike what I'm saying because that's what they worship. You see, so they come at me in a negative way because I'm speaking the truth. So- And it's not about I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I'm just speaking the truth, trying to waken y'all up through my pictures and videos that I'm putting myself in the line when I get this evidence for y'all, so y'all can see that we're in an unseen spiritual war. Unseen. At least when you see something that's physical, you're able to hit a target, right? I was an expert all the weapons I use in the military. At least you can eliminate the target. How are you going to eliminate something that's demonic? You can't, but you can fight it spiritually. You can take authority over it and say, I type on your beacon Jesus Christ's name, it'll flee. Just because one flees, then it's going to come back two, do the same, and it just continues to be spiritual warfare in that nature. Good night, Jeremy. So you got people that consider themselves witches or warlocks that dislike me because I'm speaking the truth. Then you got people that belong to groups, Masons, and there's people that believe in Moloch and all these other things that have been casted down from the heavens that give them some power that they sacrifice people and do all these things, right? Because they're wicked. You know, when we see it, we know who they are because they're not afraid to show who they are now, you know, because the veil is being lifted. I just want whoever's here tuning in to Spiritual Cryptid Encounters to let you know that I'm speaking in truth to y'all. You have to place Jesus Christ first. That's the only way we're going to be able to overcome this unseen spiritual war is through Jesus Christ because he will bless you with the spiritual gifts of discernment. The unseen enemy has to identify itself to you that through spiritual law, and it will. That's when you go into prayer. If you have to type on and rebuke it, send it away. That's what you do. Oh, someone were getting upset because that's what they believe in. They don't believe in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. I'm just telling you because I've been in the military. I see what's in the military. I fought the front lines, and I've been fighting the front lines spiritually all my life. So I fought physically and spiritually in the front lines all my life. I'm just getting my evidence out to y'all so y'all can see. Check out the show reels that I got here, and you'll be able to see what's there. That's just a picture I'm showing y'all, or real. I was out there, and I know that the things that happen around me when I'm out there getting all this evidence. Said they have to ordain themselves to me through spiritual law. I know who the unknown troll is. Most likely corn on the cob. Yes, that's probably what it is, or farting. One of those guys. If I could debunk, I can I can probably go to all my videos because I know the activity that happens, and I can tell you the things that they're saying in a different language, or even cussing at me when they surface up, cussing at me uh, very badly, or you could hear different speaking different languages. Uh, but the best way for me to do it is through the pictures and the short reels. I mean, I can get more in depth in that nature, which I do have a couple of videos where they're saying something, you know, that I placed here on the short reels. Yeah, they got nothing else better to do. The only thing I could say is this: I had an open invitation to people for Elms Grove for a long time, but I really don't want to take nobody in there because I don't want nobody to get spiritually attacked. Like the things that were happening to me, there are that area. They're very possessive of that area, so they they'll show their appearance to you. But if you have a spiritual opening, they can attack, and that's the reason I won't take nobody to that area. The area where I got ambushed, or the picture that I showed y'all. It's like ever since that day, I always had neck problems where I got ambushed spiritually. We know who that is. And since you're talking about finger corn in the car, I think you're going to get a little bit more about a finger when you're where you're going to at the end of the month. Then let's see if you can play your little violin in there where you're going. I've been talking away there for a while, brothers and sisters. Anybody got any questions for me? I'm gladly to answer any questions. So long they're respectful. Something dealing with what I'm speaking of. Yeah, most likely you're not gonna be able to yell where you're going to Corn on the Cob. They're probably gonna gag you, man. So it's gonna be one of those yells that is gonna be within you because nobody's gonna hear you. For the things that are gonna happen to you where you're going, what you done to those innocent children. Yeah, we speaking truth here. We already know what's going on with you, man. We seen all your lawyers left you. Where'd they leave you, Corn on the Cob? And you still gotta go to court. I hope you show up to the court date because if you don't, they might come looking for you. Unless you want to play hide and go seek with them, you can't ride or hide because they will find you. I'll see the pictures after I do the video. No, but I can go to Elms Grove. It's just like that area is actually like private property. They don't want people going into the land because they're considered as soliciting. That park, you could say it was kind of like run like it was communism some kind of way because they were real strict. If they'll find any little thing just to write you up, right? I remember there was a bad storm that came through. There was a piece of paper that landed in my front yard. I get a message, a note on my door saying that I need to grab my stuff because they're kicking me out of there because a piece of paper that was in my yard. It's like I went up there and it's like, what are y'all talking about? And I say, is it because I'm Hispanic and you're white, Dick? Because his name was Dick. So I said it like that, Dick. And I said, what the hell? What was going on? How do you really feel about me? I said, no, no, it's just I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I said, well, why is that my fault? There was a bad storm that came through. I can control Mother Nature. But what happens or the creek rises, any trash that comes into the park, there's nothing dealing with me. That's dealing with Mother Nature. So yeah, the guy's name was Dick. So I said, why are you doing this to me, Dick? All the time, Secretarius, all the time. You could say it's a daily thing. Corn on the cob. There you are. Hey, corn on the cob. You better show up to court, man. Because then you're gonna show up. They're gonna come for you. Either the way, they're gonna come for you. Whether you don't show, they arrest you, you go where you're going to, they're gonna come for you. Yeah, that guy's he's got so many fake accounts, brother. So I'm sorry about that, but it's a guy that we all know who he is. We've seen the thing of his court where all the lawyers dropped him. He was trying to fight for his son, but his wife, the son's going to be with a wife. That's where the CPS works. So the son's going to. I already know that they're going to favor the mother because that's how the court systems work, like in Texas. But this guy has got a bigger thing coming for him because things that he's done, and we'll see what happens. We just leave it up to the court systems. Let the court systems do their job. Throw this kind of trash where they belong. Yes, just I'm not gonna give you my address, Cornel Cop. I don't want to be your pen pal or your mill buddy from prison. You know what I told you a long time ago, about 2 years ago. Keep on doing what you're doing, and things are gonna happen a certain way. Seven times fold. Didn't want to listen. And look at you now, buddy. Just a matter of time. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. They're gonna say we got new meat in the block. You're gonna tell them, I have a I have a I have a group called Abnormal Investigation. They're gonna be like, yeah, we already know about you. We heard about you. We're gonna do our own investigation on you. Yeah, we heard you like big booger monsters. See what Sister Madeline says. The prisoners may be When a host corner the cup down before they hear they go at him. Lord only knows when this last time I made this conversation. Oh man. Maybe this is only protection to be smelling like Pepe Le Pew. But now they don't care. They probably got a homemade perfume for him. Gonna spray him down, hose him down. Oh man, stench, stench clench. This was good. That's gonna be his nickname, stench clench, because he's gonna be clenching his cheeks all the time. Where you at, corner of the cob? You came in here. Where you at now? You scared? Better be scared. I just don't know why he's not even locked up yet, man. He should have been locked up a long time ago. But he's got to go through the court system a certain way, right? Stench clench monkey. Oh man. Well, Mr. Clench. Mr. Clench. Mr. Clench. They're gonna call him Mr. Clench Corn on the Cob. Mr. CCC. Clench Corn on the Cob. Yeah, I just got a question for you, Corn on the Cob. Are you gonna do a show from prison? You know, sometimes prisoners have phones in there. Are you gonna do a show when they're having a party with you in there? They're gonna show us what happens when they lock you up. We don't want to see it, man. Conqueefed. Conquistador. You same trash YouTuber who chose other channels and has serious legal problems. Yeah. He's gonna be queefing, all right. I don't know, man. Maybe those prison guys might be disappointed when he shows up over there because he's Mr. Corn the Cob, so he might be loose as a goose already. They might have to strap on a two by four under ass, or they're going to fall into the black hole, into the abyss of Corn of the Cob, messing with all the Corn of the Cobs. Oh man, only a face that a mother will love, or mother wife will love, or mother lover will love. No, if I had a banjo, I would be playing it right now. Ding, diddling, ding, 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 ding. They're gonna have the Soul Train when he comes in. They're gonna have the Soul Train. Oh, Mr. Corn of the Cob. They're gonna have a Mexican pachanga on Corn of the Cob, and they're gonna have a good old hee haw from all the hillbillies on Corn of the Cob. It's gonna be well known where he's going to. When he comes out, he's gonna be called Micaela. if he ever comes out. Depends how many years they give him. To whatever crimes he committed, it might be there for a long time, and he might not even make it out of there. They do bad things to people like that in prison. They're corner cob. They're gonna come for you. You seen the movie Shrek? Shrek is more handsome than him. See what time it is? 4:33. Cowboys going to love juggling in the slap. Uh, you're gonna call him Mr. Panza, Mr. Belly. You're gonna pump him up. I think the inmate's gonna have to make that the homemade beer just to get a high, just to to kill the odor that he has. Uh, but anyways, brothers and sisters, I mean, I'm just looking at the things that are surfacing up, and it was just a matter of time that the truth is coming out about this guy. It was just a matter of time. Yeah. uh, it's gonna be right on his back, and it's gonna say cornhole. He's a sick individual. He's probably excited where he's going, knowing him as sick as he is in the head. He's not even going to be able to fart. His farts are going to be sounding like. He's like. Sorry, man. He comes in here with his corn on the cob account sometimes. One time he came in here with his real name saying, "I'm here. What you got to say to me?" I started ragging on him. He left. Yeah, I don't even eat corn after this guy. Even the scarecrows were afraid of him. from the field. They seen what he does out there. Uh, I'm gonna buy me some helium balloons when he gets incarcerated. Just throw them up in the air. Put little stickers of freaking corns on there. When I find out that he's in prison, celebrate. Yeah, you should see a picture of him. Oh my god, you could tell he has health issues already. You could tell he's got a lack of personal hygiene, and you could tell he got some serious issues. Yeah, Roach y las cucarachos. La cucaracha. They're gonna be doing la cucaracha on his ass in prison. The Mexicans are gonna be singing la cucaracha for him. La cucaracha, ya no puede caminar porque le falta elote para caminar. Ta-na-na-na-na-na. Man. They can keep their house clean, man. That's what they can do. If they were keep their house clean, you wouldn't have no problems on the roaches. You put roach medicine in your house to protect your home, you wouldn't have no problem. But when you keep a dirty house, you don't want to do laundry, don't want to throw the trash out. You're gonna have You're gonna have a roach problem, rat problem, infestation. Yeah, I'm gonna call him well, no, the Roach King or the Corn on the Cob King. Guess we can call him both. He holds those both of those titles, the Roach King and the Corn on the Cob King. No, no, let's rephrase it. The Roach Queen and the Corn on the Cob Queen, because where he's going to be somebody's queen. You know, welcome to Cornhole King. Can I take your order, please? Man. They're gonna try to do him like Mikolo in the mess hall or the dining facility. He's gonna, he's gonna tell the inmate. He's gonna tell the inmates. I got the corn. I'm good with corn. When he's cooking, I'm good with corn. I specialize in corn. They made him be like, "Why is the corn got this brown color to it?" Oh man! But in saying that, brothers sisters, I'm gonna let y'all go for tonight. It was nice chatting with y'all. Uh, I'm glad little Hunter is safe home with his mother. Uh, he, and nothing against Hunter. It's just this guy. He's a troll. He's a menace to society, and he has to be dealt with. And hopefully the courts will take care of him. Thank you for everybody tuning in. There's a show where whatever you have to say, he surfaces up. So he brings it to himself. He surfaces up, trolling, and people let him have it. Saying that, brothers and sisters, y'all have yes. Hunter is home safe with his mother slash father, which is I'm glad that he's home safely, away from those individuals. I'm very happy. He said it's a time for celebration. Saying that, good night. God bless you. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Love, light, and blessings. Always Montana Love Foundation. And y'all have a blessed day. Peace out from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters.